Welcome everyone, welcome to another preview. This is MetalCanyon and we'll be previewing a game from Beta Dwarf called Forced Showdown. Sorry, I was in character there. I was trying to do the announcer because this game is an arena battle mode thing, roguelike majig thingy. Yes. Anyway, from Beta Dwarf, or Beta Dwarf, depending on your preferred pronunciation of beta or beta, comes the Forced Showdown game, which is basically I always say basically, so basically, it's a arena fighter hack and slash card building sort of roguelike. I say sort of roguelike, they actually call it rogue-lite, because while you do have just one life, you don't actually die, but you just return, with a failure. I'll get into that in a moment, but first of all, let me just show you a little bit of the gameplay. I'm just going to select one of these, and let's go for this one. I will explain all of it. Watch out for traps in the arenas, some are revealed only as you get close. Oh, I didn't actually know that. Start with 2 random class-specific upgrades. Heat point, okay. Right, so, yes, I will explain everything as we go. Now, right now, I'm playing Stormbringer with my pet Brutus.
You've made an unwise decision in coming here.
Now, as we said, this is a card-building game, amongst other things. Now, let me preface this, just like I prefaced Neon Chrome, I don't really play card games on PC, nor do I really play card building games. What that means is you collect cards, different cards, and then build your deck, and that's what you play with. However, I absolutely adore this game. And once again, I've spoiled the preview video, so now you don't actually have to watch it because you already know that it's great. Anyway, so yeah, at the start of every fight, every arena fight, you can see that over here we have to go through a number of arena matches until we get to the boss match. And on each arena match, you get a certain number of mana. Now, on the first one, you only get 1 mana, and then 2, and then 3, and so on and so forth. Mana does not translate, unused mana does not translate to the next matches, although there are some modifiers, or some mutators, I guess you could say, that will change this. And with the mana, you basically play your cards from your deck. Now, right now, I don't have enough mana for any of them, but that's not a huge problem. I would like some, 1 mana things, but not a huge problem, as we said. So, the match starts, and we have to kill all the enemies over here on the map. On the top, you can see that there is a health bar, pretty much. But that is a health bar for the entire arena, basically, for all of the enemies. Not summoned enemies, though. Summoned enemies, you will see, have a yellow health bar, which means that they're not necessarily... they don't have to be killed. So now, I actually do have enough for this one, for example, or for this one, which is a mana boost, which gains you 1 mana and costs 0 mana. But I'm not going to use this one because I want to use it for the big stuff later on. So I'm going to take the Chain Lightning, hits gain 20% chance to deal 50% damage and knockback. So, not bad, I could use the mana boost and go for Paranoid, but right now, nope, that's gonna be it. Now remember, mana does not translate to the next match. Normally. So, hello. Now, if I hold my attack down longer, I will do a stronger attack. Whoa! So I can deal more damage, obviously. As you can see, also my pet has health. It's over here. And if your pet dies, it's not a problem, Of course, you're not going to have a pet dealing damage on that match, but it's going to come back on the next match. There is absolutely no repercussion apart from not having an ally with you on that particular match. But as you can see, the matches are very, very short, especially, on the lower levels where stuff is actually a lot easier. Now you can see that the boss over here is also using cards. You will not see it on the first campaign. This is the second campaign I'm playing, and they're actually using cards of their own. So he's got the ability to summon magma storms, but he already has a stone prison, stones with dangerous beams from the previous match, I believe. And another Magma Stone, actually, I believe. So yeah, this is the boss that you will fight over here, and he constantly, you know, taunts you or, you know, laments about how arena fighters were better in the good old days. It's all very tongue-in-cheek, and I love it. So over here we've got the Squire buff, this cute little thing. If it survives, we will get 15% damage. So I'm certainly going to take that, and then I can take a mana boost, for example, and take the Paranoid as well, which will give me a shield. So it's important to try and use as much mana as possible because, of course, as we said, it doesn't get saved for the next match. Also, you might have noticed that there was a little icon that popped up there. It said, you know, this and that got shards, blah blah blah. This is because right now they have sort of a very interesting event on Twitch. As you watch people play this game on Twitch, the more and more people play this on Twitch, and the more people watch them, the lower the price will be to pay for the game. It's actually quite interesting. I've never seen that done before, at least personally, I think. Oh, Stormy gains +4 movement speed. Stormy is this little cloud over here that actually deals damage to the enemies we hit. So I'm going to take that because it's the only thing I can take. I can't take these because they're 5 mana. And of course, this rest of the mana will be lost. So you go through the matches like this, killing various enemies. Get away from me. My special... Oh, wow. That special ability actually didn't push it back. That was interesting. And I've missed that special shot. No, I didn't, sort of. Now, this character I'm playing, as I said, is a sort of ranger-like thing. Ranged attacks. I'm not a huge fan, even though it's actually pretty good. I like slashy characters. And there is one available, which is very good. And I will show you later. Of course, you know, you can select various characters. You're building your decks, which you can also customize before you go into battle. I'm going to go for +80 health. Voice acting in the game. There is voice acting, as you can obviously hear. For the most part, it's actually pretty good. Why can't I... You've got some kind of a shield going on. That is very rude. How do I get the shield down? Let's get this one. Oh, she's got the shield again. That is odd. How do I get these things? This is the first time I've seen this. Oh, these are the orbs that give him shields. I see. There we go. That's rather annoying. I wasn't paying attention there. But yeah, there's various enemies and various little abilities they have. Some of them can heal, some of them spawn other enemies, some of them can, you know, shoot rockets and stuff like that. And firing zone, upgrade force barrier. Standing inside the force barrier gives you a 50% attack speed. That's actually pretty good. This is the one I'm going for, plus 45% damage, but it's 7 mana, so we'll have to wait a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to take that. It's pretty good. Yeah, voice acting is actually very good for the most part. There hasn't been a single time that I've, you know, sort of went, oh no, don't please. Like in Bethesda games sometimes, for example, when there's really poor voice actors. But yeah, for the most part, they're actually quite enjoyable. And for some reason, this game really... Oh, bloody hell. This game really reminds me of WildStar. And I actually had to go and look whether, you know, the developers were from WildStar, from the studio that made WildStar, and for some reason I've completely forgotten about which studio did them. But yeah, you know, the graphic style, it's very vibrant, very sort of artistic, very stylized, very funny. You know, you'll see a lot of enemies have really funny animations and look funny. They're very cute and cool. Also, the tongue-in-cheek story and... announcers and such. It's pretty awesome. One of the bosses, I think it was actually this Element guy.
I can't leave my critters alone.
Why can't you leave my critters alone? In the first campaign that I fought him, he was actually lamenting about how in the good old days, you know, arena fighters were better and stuff. It was actually quite funny to listen to. So, Well, let's get you. You're the, oh, I've got a shield because I've got this orb. But now they're dead because I've just used the special ability on them. Oh, so many of them. Well, that one's, oh yeah, he's got a shield. Not a problem. We're doing pretty good at the moment. No, we have to destroy that orb. This one. Come on. There we go. And now our minion has killed it. Or her, or whatever. Now the problem with minions is they're quite nice. They actually do pretty good damage. Unfortunately, they're not very smart. They usually just charge into battle, regardless of whether there are, you know, laser beams cutting them down or whatever. So, yeah, they're quite useful, but up to a point. You can't expect them to live too long unless you help them considerably. And as I said, if there's, you know, stuff around, environmental damage going on, they will probably die rather quickly, which is unfortunate, but there you go.
Sticks and stones will break your bones.
So now we have to fight the boss. And when we fight him, whether we lose or win, I will show you how the game otherwise works. Let's do the ability bolts and then one of these. Let's go for the bomb drone. Alright, where is he? Let's use the bomb drone right away. There we go. Did I have two? Oh, I used the shield for some reason. Now this is obviously a twin-stick shooter, so... I mean, a twin-stick hack and slash. So you can also use a controller with this. It would be just fine. Actually, I think it would be even better than using a mouse. Ouch. And my minion is dead. There you go. Well, doesn't really do much, but I think it damages him a little bit. No, you don't. There you go. That was fairly easy. We were quite buffed, of course. Now, the very cool thing about this is... it's a rogue-lite. It's not a roguelike, but a roguelite. You know, the light edition of roguelike games. Which means, here we go, and here's our pet, we are actually fighting a gauntlet, you could say, in a way. There's little cameras over here taking pictures of us, so while the game might seem very fantasy-like, there's, you know, also high-tech stuff, because this is actually a computer-simulated arena where we're fighting. Now, we get a new boon, because we've been so successful. 40%, wow, 40% companion health. Start each arena with fading consumable. Become invulnerable for 3 seconds. On arena end, heal 10% of your max health. That's quite nice. Although the 40% companion health is also quite nice. I have buffed my companion here quite considerably, so I think I'm going to go for that. He's actually quite useful. Unlike in a lot of games, companions actually deal a lot of damage, and they can kill like half of the arena themselves. Anyway, I do digress. Anyway, as I said, when you start off a campaign, you start off at the beginning, of course. And the campaign is not very long, but it does have quite a few matches. So over here, you start and you choose your campaign, and of course your character that you wish to play with, and your little pet. Now, is there a way for me to show you? No, I'll show you in a bit. But anyway, you go through these... there's gates over here, and you have to fight a number of matches before you go through the gates. So, you know, you choose 2 of the matches you wish to fill up this bar, finish them, and then go for the little boss, mini-boss. And then you proceed to the next one, do the same thing. As you can see, I've already done 1 match over here, already defeated. And I've got 3 different ones that I can choose. Now, why 3? Because we only need to do 1. Now here's the cool part. You can see these little bars over here. Some of them have 2 icons, some of them have 3. Now these are mutators, so if I hover over them, over the portal, it says Chain Reaction and Magnificence. So this is Chain Reaction and Magnificence. Now the first time you will obviously, most likely have no idea what they do. So Chain Reaction, some kind of a, I don't know, damage thing? And Magnificence, I think that means that we get less health. We started half health or something like that. So anyway, there's always pluses and minuses with these, and they, you know, they change up the battle sometimes considerably. It's quite interesting. For example, you can sometimes get flaming fireballs coming down, you know, and stuff like that. It's actually a really cool way of changing the way an arena match works, because in essence this game is a lot of grinding. Let's go for this one, because it has... Is it 4? No. Supplies, Chaotic Illumination, Delicate Summons, and Necromancer. Let's see what this does. Over here, we'll see what it does. Start with a Chaotic Illumination card played. Not sure what it is. Summons take double damage, 100% summoning portal efficiency, so there'll probably be more summoned things. And we are fighting the captain. These guys are cool, these rats things. And kill. Resurrect enemy as ally. You take 100%. Ooh, that is quite good. So every enemy we will kill will come back as an ally. However, we will take 100% more damage. I have to say, I will have to show you the rat Rambo / Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is hilarious. That's why I love this game so much. Now, first we will choose the cards we wish to redraw. So if there is some for the start we don't want, we're going to redraw them. I'm going to keep these. Certainly going to keep that one. Yeah, there we go. Fiery Frenzy, ability to empower a random minion. Okay, so we'll go through this, and I think I'll finish all of these, and then I'll show you what happens when you can choose a new character. Also, before we do that, I have to say that the very interesting thing is the first time I was playing the campaign, I actually lost against the final boss. Actually, did I even get to the final boss? I'm not sure I did. Oh yeah, allies, of course. But the really interesting thing is, the game does not care if you win or lose. I mean, of course it does care. You're not going to get the brilliant... what the hell? Mines are crawling mines. That chase the target. Oh my god, that's gonna be bad. Yeah, if you lose, it's not the end. Of course, you're going to lose that entire campaign, but that's it. You can choose another campaign or just repeat, you know, retry that campaign. So it's pretty cool. It's either win or lose, of course. Yeah, let's go for that. Chain Lightning. And, yeah, that's pretty good. You know, you're still getting cards, despite the fact that you lose. And, of course, the game is about deck building, amongst other things. So you have to find... There's loads and loads of cards. There's rare cards to be found. I think there's even legendary or something. We'll check in a moment. But yeah, it's basically deck building, hack and slash fighting. And I have to say that the hack and slash mechanics, I usually don't really play hack and slash. I didn't like Diablo 1, or was it Diablo 2? I don't know. The latest Diablo I didn't even play. I'm not really a fan of these games, but it's just, I don't know. I found myself grinning playing this game because it's just... Whoa! Holy crap! I just died just like that.
Go get his loot.
Great performance by our...
What are you waiting for? Go get his loot. That's the tongue-in-cheek stuff I'm talking about. It's hilarious. And this is actually good. Whoa. That was a lot of battles here I had to do. So now you can see I died here. But we still get gold, and we get this really cool summary. If we were to win the entire thing, it would say what level of health we got to the lowest, which is pretty cool to see. Like, oh my god, I survived with 8 health at one point. That's another thing. Your health does not replenish unless you heal via various means. You know, through the entire campaign, you have a single health bar. Now, you can increase it, of course, with cards. You can heal yourself with cards, or sometimes with some drops, but that is your health, you know? So you have to be careful with it, because if you get very, very damaged on the first match, there's unlikely you're going to survive the rest of them, unless you're very lucky. So over here, I've already done the Crucible. Here we have the front line, which is, you know, the next campaign, and we've just lost this campaign. Now let me show you over here. We've got the quests, which I'm not sure what they do. Do they give you anything? I think they give you like stuff. But anyway, there's lots of quests, which, you know, are pretty much like achievements, I guess. Win a battle without picking up any health globes, or play a spell, an upgrade, and a consumable card in one turn. They're a bit like achievements. And here is our card list, of course. This is for the various heroes. Let me just quickly show you what heroes are available. I haven't found all of them yet, of course. Now, this is the ranger guy we've already seen. You've got the companions, a tough and simple-minded helper, or this Xiao Long, a fragile but powerful little flying lizard, which is quite cute. Although I prefer Brutus because he looks very cool. Now, you start out with this Lightbringer guy, Squire of Light, which is pretty cool. It's sort of ranged attacker, but he moves slowly while you're attacking. It's a pretty interesting concept, and his beam of light gets stronger as you keep it up. But my favorite, of course, is the evil-looking lava guy, and he's got a big-ass hammer which he attacks with. He's just loads of fun to play with. And of course, all of these have their own decks of cards, because some of them are specific to them. If I click him, for example... there we go. So, for example, these are his specific cards only for his abilities. And there's a lot of cards. Where is the thing that tells me how many cards we have? Quests completed, blah, 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 blah. Where is that? So you can see there's a lot of different cards. I've barely found Fortune. Is it Fortune? I see you've got some card shards. These can be used to craft random cards you're still missing. You only use 2 of each card. All extras are turned into shards. So now you're probably going to be... Oh, there we go. I've got 4.2% of common cards, 4.3% of rare cards, and 0% supreme cards. Let me tell you, that is a huge number. There's a huge number of cards because I already have quite a few, and I only have 4%. It's pretty crazy. Now, I know what you're going to say is I thought of it as well. We've got these gold coins here, which is fine, you know, we get them in the game. But then, oh no, shards. Look at this. Common 50 shards, rare 150 shards, 500 shards for the supreme. You know, there's new heroes you can unlock, new cards to get. What does this scream of? What does it absolutely scream of? Let's spin, by the way. I know, it screams of microtransactions. I hate microtransactions usually, because it usually is an excuse. Make you on all allies immune. It's usually an excuse for the developer to lock content behind a paywall, whether it's, you know, aesthetic or otherwise. I don't like microtransactions. I do in very, very, very specific certain situations, but usually it's just, you know, a ploy to get your money. Well, of course it's a ploy to get your money, but usually, you know, by locking away stuff that should have been in the game in the first place. So, you know, me being the PC gamer that wants to give you some proper information, I contacted the developer, and they're very nice about everything, really, our daily challenges. And they have told me that they have absolutely no plans of doing microtransactions. And of course, I was an idiot myself, because the game actually explains that the shards are for getting the rest of the cards that you didn't get. So, like, if you have 98% of the cards and you're trying to get those last rare ones or something, you can just forge them. So that is pretty damn awesome. No microtransactions are planned, but they are planning big expansions and, of course, regular updates, which is pretty awesome because right now, of course, I mean, you don't need a hell of a lot of heroes, but there's only 4 heroes as far as I can see. Now, there might be more, don't count me on that, and there's one more pet I haven't discovered. And, you know, these heroes are very fun, but of course, with free updates, there's probably going to be more of them. So, yeah, you start the campaign, like I've selected now. I'm going to go with Volko. I probably should choose his deck, really, but no, for now, we'll just go... Let's grind them into dust. Yeah, I love the graphics. They're so vibrant and nice.
Another exciting round of Forced Showdown, the only show in the galaxy with lives on the line. As always, the rules are that the contestant must fight his way through numerous titans, earning points along the way. Tonight's show will be Frontline. At the end of the hall stands the ultimate challenge, Ruby Von Werther.
I really like the fact that the game does not take itself very seriously. I really dig that. I love the graphics. The controls are extremely responsive. You'll never feel like you're fighting with the controls. The characters are fun. The animations are fun. The sound effects are awesome. I want to... Oh, is that the... Oh, Rebel wiring... What? No, I want to show you the... it's not the Arnold guy. The Arnold rat. I'll really have to show you that one time. But anyway, I absolutely adore this game. And it's been made by a small indie studio. Start with 2 allied whirly rats each round. Interesting. I'm just going to keep all of that. Actually, not that. There. As you can see, I've so far seen 3 or 4 different environments, I think. Of course, I haven't played through the entire game yet, so not even by a long shot, so there you go. But yeah, there's a large variety of, you know, enemies. The rats are my favorites. They're like pirates and crazy engineers and stuff like that. It's pretty awesome. I'm not going to use any... Now I can do this. Yeah! That is so awesome. I'm not doing very good here, but it's just so much fun. It's so satisfying destroying stuff. Now, sometimes there's so many effects. Ow, my pet. Sometimes there's so many effects going on that you can sort of lose track of what's going on. But mostly it's not really a problem. And as I said, I just absolutely adore this game. It's so much fun. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll stop babbling now. Hopefully you've gotten quite a good, clear idea of what this looks like. It runs perfectly. It looks great. It sounds great. It's loads and loads of fun to just kill stuff. And I have to say, the card building thing is not intrusive at all. I don't like card building games, but this is a lot of fun. I want to get better cards and, you know, crazy cards so I can build my deck and use it in these matches. So, yeah, big plus in this game. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time in the next preview. MetalCanyon, out.